Hello, welcome to This is Your Brain on Google. My name is Jessica Stellenberg. I'm an instructional technology coach. This morning, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about organizing your drive. Sometimes your drive gets really messy and you're not quite sure where your files went or how to get back to them. So I wanted to show you just a few tips and tricks that will help you stay organized with Google Drive. Over here, I can see that my drive is right here, and I can see that the new is right here. So we're going to be using both of those today. The first thing I'd like to show you is to click on the new. This is where you can upload files from your computer and even folders, and you can put them into your drive. So I was doing that this week, and I uploaded a bunch of things, and I was creating some files to create videos that were files that I didn't really need. I was just doing demos, and so I ended up with kind of a messy Google Drive. So one of the things that you can do is find out which things that you need to keep and which things you would like to organize. So to create a folder, you can click right here, and it does a new folder that's going to live in your drive, and you can rename it and then click create. Once you've created folders, right here where it says my drive, I can click on that little triangle, and there's all the folders that I have created. You'll see that I do have a lot of folders that I've created over time to organize a lot of my files. You can put some of these files within some of these folders within other folders also to stay organized. For example, if there were certain things that went together, such as digital curriculum, I could have put DIBELS into my digital curriculum folder, since DIBELS falls into the category of digital curriculum. So I could do that if I wanted to. I want to show you now how to take one of these files that is not in a folder and how I can get it in a folder. So this is something that's for second and third grade. So I'm going to put it into the elementary school folder. So I can click it and drag it if I wanted to put it in a folder. But I can also right click and click Move To. When I click Move To, it's going to bring up my folders as well. So I'm looking for the folder that is Williams Elementary School, and I can move it there. And it's warning me. It says, moving this item will share it with everyone who can see the shared folder. So if you didn't want to do that and say, well, I didn't want to share it with everybody, you can click cancel. If it's okay to share it with everybody, you can click OK. So either one of those methods is correct depending on how you want to share it. So if it's a shared folder, just keep in mind anything you put in that shared folder, everyone can see it. Over here, you'll see that I have two of the same. That means I have a copy of one. I don't need two. One is enough. I can right click on that and I can click remove. Down here, you'll see that I still have these files that are the name, but look at the icon. One is a Google Doc and one is a PDF. So in that case, I might want to keep both of them. So just be sure that when you see something that has the same name, you can open it and look at it to make sure that you're not removing something that you might need. It's telling me that what I did over here, I moved an item to the trash. I'm looking at, it's a Google Doc, it has the same icon. So that meant it was okay to get rid of. But this one, if I want to keep both versions of a file, then make sure that you do keep both versions of a file. And then you could create a folder or drag it into a folder depending on your needs for staying organized in your drive. So what I like to do is I try to put about 10 minutes or so aside a week to kind of work on organizing my drive. In that amount of 10 minutes, I might still have things that are loose that I need to organize. They're still going to be there. So I just try to keep on top of it by saying, okay, 10 minutes a week is reasonable for me to help me stay organized. And I'm not going to worry about it if I'm not going to get everything organized this week. There's 10 minutes set aside next week that I can work on it a little bit more. I think a little bit over time is a better strategy, at least for me, rather than trying to spend an hour at a time working on it. I also wanted to show you a little bit about how Google Drive and Google Suite itself helps you stay organized. So there's a lot of things that it does in the background. So over here, clicking on the waffle, I want to click on Classroom. On a training that I did a few weeks ago over at the high school, I created this high school practice class. So I'm going to click on that. When I created this classroom, Google helped me by creating a class drive folder in my Google Drive. It created that automatically. So that is why this is your brain on Google. It helps you by keeping organized. So anything that I add here or assignments, it's going to have a copy of that here in my class drive folder automatically. On top of that, this question that I added, due October 14th, it put it in my Google Calendar as well. So I can go back to October 14th and because that was when it was due. And on October 14th, there's my question right there. So anybody who turned in their classwork on this date, it's going to show me all right here. It showed me that I created this question. I can click on it to see the details. And I can also see who turned it in and who did not turn it in. So I could actually grade it right here. So if I'm trying to look for my class work or my students' work, it's going to show me right there on the date that it was due. So this is a couple things that are happening in the background all the time. So you don't have to worry about trying to find student work or trying to figure out how you're going to organize your drive because now your drive is full of student work. Well, remember, student work is going to live in their class drive folder. And when you grade it and click return to student, it's going back to them. So it's not going to be cluttering up your drive because it should be in this folder right here. When I click on this folder, it's going to tell me the thread of where that folder lives. So right here it tells me. It says it's in my drive, but it's organized in my folder called Google Training. And in the folder that I have Google Training, I have my classroom folder that it created for me. And inside that classroom folder is this class. So it's organizing it for you and showing you the threads so you can go back and look to see where it is. So it's not going to be cluttering just all loose in the middle of your drive. So I think that should help you a little bit. I'm hoping so that you can keep your items organized that you are keeping in your drive. Have a great day, everyone.